Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for joining us for the Oxnard Chamber of Commerce Military Appreciation Event. I'm Nancy Lindholm, CEO of the Chamber. We are pleased to continue our tradition of honoring enlisted personnel serving in local military installations. We had to modify our presentation to accommodate the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic, but we're ready to go on with the show. I would like to thank the Chamber's Military Appreciation Committee for their tireless work on this presentation and thank the Chamber's Board of Directors for their support. This event would not be possible without our sponsors, who you will hear from later. A very big thank you goes to the Air National Guard's 146th Airlift Wing for coordinating the recording of the presentation. And finally, I want to sincerely thank Chamber team member Sharon Strong for once again being the glue that kept this entire project together. Now it's my distinct honor to introduce the MC for this evening's program, Master Chief Ron Van Dyke, retired. Ron, thank you for sharing your talents with us once again.
Welcome to the Oxnard Chamber Virtual 23rd Annual Military Appreciation. I am Master Chief Ron Van Dyke, retired, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies. Well, as you can see, this is not a dinner, but we've made the best of a bad situation. As we say in the military, adapt and overcome. We have 8 of the best local military members to recognize for their service. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Jeff Chism. Captain Chism is a native of Tigard, Oregon. He earned his commission through the University of California, Los Angeles, Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps program. He is a designated Naval Flight Officer, Prowler Tactics Instructor, and operationally flew in the EA-6 Bravo Prowler and the EA-18 Prowler. Chisholm's sea duty assignments included the Black Ravens at VAQ-135. He deployed on the USS Carl Vinson in support of Operation Desert Fox and Southern Watch. 2 combat flying deployments to Baghdad Airfield in Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. After he served with the Bloodhounds of VX-30 at a Commander U.S. 3rd Fleet, he commanded the Zappers VAQ-130. During his tour, he deployed on the USS Harry S. Truman in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Under his command, the squadron earned the 2013 Commander Naval Air Force's Pacific Fleet Battle E.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be with you here tonight as we honor the best and brightest members of our military stationed here in Ventura County. My name is Captain Jeff Chism, and I want to say thank you to the Oxnard Chamber in expressing their gratitude for our service members, their families, and the daily sacrifices they make on behalf of our nation. It is because of their selfless service that Americans wake up every day with the privilege of peace and freedom at home. Our brave servicemen and women serve at outposts here in the United States and all over the world, stationed far away from their family and friends, and they have made a commitment to each one of us that they will do everything they possibly can to keep us safe and protected from harm. These men and women we honor tonight grew up all over our country and all over the world, from South Carolina to California to Virginia to Washington State and even Nigeria. They serve in our Navy, our Army, our Marine Corps, our Air Force, our Coast Guard, and our California National Guard. They answer the call to serve, and they choose to make tremendous sacrifices for their neighbors as well as those they have never met. Our service members display an unwavering fervor for the bedrock principles that underlie the United States of America: freedom, justice, and equality. Some will miss weddings, funerals, or even the birth of their own children. Others will even pay the ultimate sacrifice. The enormous sacrifices that military families make our country should never be overlooked. Even when service members are home, their families often receive reassignment orders that require them a quick move, leaving behind friends and family in the process. Husbands and wives and children go without their deployed spouses and parents for months at a time. Without question, families genuinely need support from their communities while their loved ones are abroad. When they return from war, and especially if they do not come home at all, thanks to them, our nation is strong and free, and our American way of life that we are so justifiably proud to continue to be protected and preserved. Our nation values freedom, not just for ourselves, but for all, and because of Americans, we are willing to serve and sacrifice this cause. Our nation remains the greatest force for good among all the nations of the earth. We also remember those honoring those that serve isn't just about what we say here today, but it's about how we honor our veterans every day of the year. It's remaining committed to supporting their families in every way we possibly can. It's about serving them as well as they've served us and continuing to serve our nation. It's fitting to honor these military members in November, which is our National Veterans Day and their Military Families Month. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great honor to be here with you tonight, and I thank you again for honoring our Ventura County military service members. Stay home, stay well, and stay safe. Thank you.
I would like to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors that have made this event possible. Firstly, our title sponsor, Procter & Gamble Paper Products. Next, I'd like to introduce our presenting sponsors. The Port of Hueneme, California University, Channel Islands, DCH Auto Group, California Resource Corporation, and AMS Craig LLC. Also, our supporting sponsor, St. John's Medical Center. And finally, the awardee gift sponsors, Visit Oxnard, Oxnard Ambassadors, and without you all, this would not happen. Time to recognize our awardees. First, how are they selected? The selection process starts at the unit level, and then a board is convened to select the top candidates out of each of the services represented. Not an easy job when you're talking about thousands of military members. So let's get started. The sponsors will provide highlights of each of the awardees' bios. First, I want to introduce our title sponsor, Procter & Gamble. We will hear from Scott Lee. Thank you all for watching. And again, thank you and our sponsors and awardees in the Oxnard Chamber. Thank you. See you next year.
Good evening. My name is Scott Lee. I am Supply Network Operations Leader at Procter & Gamble facility in Oxnard. P&G is proud to once again be the title sponsor for this event. I am honored to be able to represent the men and women of Procter & Gamble, who every day, 24 hours a day, are working to build and make essential products for families everywhere. Locally in Oxnard, we have been making Bounty and Charmin products since 1973. P&G also have very strong veteran and reservist network that actively recruit best and brightest from military. Before joining PNG, I proudly served in the active military. So I'm very grateful to Oxnard Chamber of Commerce with coordinating 23rd Annual Military Appreciation event virtually, and not let pandemic be a barrier to celebrate and praise award recipient this year. I am honored to be part of this event where we are going to recognize some of the most incredible individuals from our local military service branches. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings a great deal of pleasure to present to you the first recipient of the award. United States Marine Corps Sergeant Alvin Loya, Weapons Company 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines from Port Hueneme, California. Born and raised in Port Hueneme, California, his first duty station was Marine Corps Security Force Battalion, Bangor, Washington, where he worked as Sergeant of Guard in charge of nuclear physical security and strategic missile movements. During his time in Washington, he achieved the rank of corporal. He deployed to Iraq as a team leader on a tactical recovery of aircraft and personnel team. He led his team on numerous quick reaction force missions around his assigned area of operations. He once again deployed to Iraq, where he led numerous mounted and dismounted patrols and key leaders engagement. He evaluated multiple Marine battalions participating in their certification exercise to deploy overseas. In October 2019, he reported to Weapons Company 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines at Naval Base, Ventura County, Port Hueneme. As a member of the instructor staff, he serves as the training and communications chief. As the communications chief, he supports the Marines of Weapon Company by ensuring all communication equipment is in proper condition and leads the communication Marines while they attend training. Furthermore, he regularly volunteers to support community relations events such as funeral, color guards, and honor guards. Congratulations, Sergeant Loya, and thank you again for what you do every day in service and to support our community.
I'd like to thank the members of Chamber of Commerce, Major Rake, and all the Marines of I&I Station, Ventura County.
Petty Officer Torres Aguirre enlisted in the Coast Guard on May 16, 2016. As the navigation petty officer, he planned and prepared all of the navigational and logistical details for the long transit to the San Francisco Bay for Station Channel Islands dry dock period. He expertly plotted all of the routes from Channel Islands Harbor to the boatyard in San Francisco Bay, and his high quality of work has led to other units incorporating his plan into their transits, which greatly reduce their workload. These efforts have led to multiple safe and effective transits to the San Francisco Bay. Petty Officer Torres Aguirre is a strong leader whose positivity inspires those around him and improves the morale of his shipmates. Petty Officer Torres Aguirre is one of the lead trainers. His training contributions have directly led to over 50 qualifications to include Communication Watchstander, Basic and Pursuit Boat Crew Member, Boarding Team Member, and Officer of the Day. Petty Officer Torres Aguirre recently received his U.S. citizenship, demonstrating his commitment to the United States of America and Coast Guard. Congratulations.
I want to thank the Oxnard Chamber of Commerce for this award and for holding this event to recognize the outstanding men and women of the military. None of us joined the armed forces for the self-recognition, maybe just the sweet Dodge Charger, but it does feel good when you do get recognized, so once again, thank you. I also want to thank the command at Station Channel Islands, Senior Chief Edie and Chief Apple, for being phenomenal leaders. The crew and I are very blessed to have such strong leadership. I'll even go as far as saying that this is the best command I've ever had, but this is only like my third command, so there's like not much competition. In March, I separated from the Coast Guard at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the time, all my hopes and dreams I had for after the Coast Guard were ruined. About a month later, the command actually gave me a call to check up on me and asked me how I was doing, then told me if I wanted to come back into the Coast Guard, I could, and here I am now. I'm not sure what I would be doing right now if it wasn't for them caring about someone that wasn't even in the Coast Guard. Once again, thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to honor an active duty member of the United States Air Force. For those of you whom I have not met, I am the Chief Medical Officer at St. John's Regional Medical Center in Oxnard. My family and I were truly blessed to have been supported by the Air Force for my medical school training via the Health Professions Scholarship Program, or HPSP, in the 1980s. I completed my residency training at Travis Air Force Base in Northern California, spent time at Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, and finished my Air Force career at Castle Air Force Base in Central California. So I am especially grateful to be asked to introduce an Air Force honoree. Technical Sergeant Smalls enlisted in the United States Air Force in December of 2003. In 2005, he was assigned to the 315th Civil Engineering Group at Charleston, South Carolina. During the years of 2010 to 2017, Sergeant Smalls was deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation New Dawn, and Operation Joint Guardian. Currently stationed at Naval Base Ventura County in Port Hueneme, California, Sergeant Smalls is assigned as the Flight Chief for the Military Training Flight, where he leads a team of 4 military training leaders. Most importantly, he is charged with the health and wellness, as well as with upholding good order and discipline for 480 Air Force Vehicle Management non-prior service students annually. Due to his outstanding leadership and expertise, Sergeant Smalls was the lead for 4 commander-directed dormitory inspections in 1 year. He trained 50 non-commissioned officers on safety and security procedures, resulting in the confiscation of 81 unauthorized items. Being an Air Force detachment on a Navy installation means Sergeant Smalls works hand in hand with the Naval military training staff. Most importantly, they have focused on protecting the students' health and safety during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please join me in congratulating Sergeant Smalls.
I would like to thank the Oxnard Chamber of Commerce for presenting me with this award, my leadership for recognizing me for all of the work that was done and nominating me for such a prestigious award in our community. I would also like to thank my family and friends for consistently pushing me to strive for excellence.
Hi, my name is Steve Huber, the 2020 Consul General of the Oxnard Ambassadors, and we are proud supporters of the military. We congratulate all of the awardees, and I'd like to introduce an exceptional American. Department of the Air Force Staff Sergeant Karina Rosas from Panorama City, California, and a member of the 146th Airlift Wing, Channel Islands Air National Guard Station. Staff Sergeant Rosas enlisted into the Air Force in January of 2012. In 2018, she transferred to the Air National Guard, 146th Airlift Wing, where she assumed a new position as All-Source Intelligence Analyst. She graduated from her formal school as a distinguished graduate. Staff Sergeant Rosas participated in humanitarian missions that included working at local food banks in the midst of COVID-19 and supporting civil unrest mitigation efforts. Staff Sergeant Rosas set a new and higher standard for critical tactical intelligence integration and mission planning. As recent treasurer and board member of the 146th Airlift Wing's Rising Six Council, she fulfilled several leadership development opportunities. Her inputs were also essential to the newly established Wing Promotion Board program, which directly supported enlisted members with the ranks of E4 through E6. Staff Sergeant Rosas spends time mentoring peers and subordinates alike. She is pursuing her goal of becoming an Air Force officer in the California Air National Guard. She will complete her bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and will follow that with a master's degree. Congratulations, Staff Sergeant Rosas, and thank you, Chamber of Commerce.
I want to thank Oxnard Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank my family for all their support, and I want to thank my great leadership and mentors from the 146th Airlift Wing.
Hi, my name is Anna Seelsdorf, and on behalf of George Jasbach from DCH Lexus of Oxnard, I'm proud to congratulate and recognize United States Navy Culinary Specialist, First Class, Carl Tristan A. Cruz. Naval Base, Ventura County, Petty Officer Cruz is the leading petty officer of Port Huenemi's Gold Coast Bistro. He distinguished himself through his exemplary leadership of a team of 32 military and 20 civilians in the daily production of over 1,200 nutritious meals. He also took on the arduous task of tracking and supervising the preparation of an additional 25,000 to-go meals to ensure the continued operational readiness Pacific Fleet Forces and CNRSW since the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic response. He participated in community relations, representing the Navy on a global diplomatic stage in the removal of debris along nature trails in the Bahamas. He is an advocate of goodwill for the Navy and the model sailor for all sailors to emulate on Navy base or Naval Base, Ventura County. He assisted in a drug demand reduction and comprehensive life skills program. He inspired 9 to 12-year-old youths by instilling character, leadership, and confidence in efforts to promote a healthy drug-free lifestyle. He devoted time to the Armed Forces San Diego YMCA and also spent several off-duty hours participating in the Laguna Niguel Car Wash Holiday Parade, as well as the local food share drives on Naval Base, Ventura County, displaying Navy Corps values to the local community.
I am honored to be standing here today to receive this award, and I want to thank my wife and my kids for all their support. And also, growing up in the Philippines, I didn't really have much, and I wanted to give back to the community. And it was my greatest achievement, receiving all the experiences and everything that it offered to me. Also, I want to thank my chain of command for giving me the opportunity to showcase our installation around Ventura County.
Hello, my name is Rich Yao, and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs at Cal State Channel Islands. And on behalf of our President, Dr. Erica Beck, and the entire CSU-CI community, it is my honor to congratulate Petty Officer Thomas C. Ross. Petty Officer Ross is assigned as the Operations Department leading Petty Officer and Construction Readiness Operations for Naval Construction Group 1. He is responsible for leading 27 personnel within the Operations Department to ensure readiness and the capability to perform their mission. As the Construction Readiness Operations leading Petty Officer, he has an enormous effect on the mission capabilities for the entire Pacific Fleet Naval Construction Force. And his leadership enabled the programming and execution of 18 construction projects valued at $5.2 million. As a construction project management subject matter expert, he instructed 8 hours of hands-on training of 2 NCF units, spearheaded an online method to teach reserves during COVID-19, and coordinated the implementation of construction project management on the Naval Construction Force's tactical network. Petty Officer Ross was selected as the Naval Construction Group 2019 Sailor of the Year. His performance, steadfast perseverance, and outstanding devotion to duty reflected credit upon him and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Again, congratulations, Petty Officer Ross.
So I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce, my family, my friends, my mentors throughout my career, my command, Naval Construction Group 1, for giving me the opportunity for being here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Stevens, President and CEO of California Resources Corporation, also known as CRC. First and foremost, happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. I'm proud to be a part of this group, having served as an infantry officer in the Army. On behalf of CRC, we are also extremely proud to be a presenting sponsor of the Oxnard Chamber Military Appreciation Event for the 5th straight year, recognizing and appreciating Ventura County's military heroes tonight. It is a part of our culture to support veterans through employee volunteerism and philanthropic contributions. Selected from more than 10,500 men and women on active duty in Ventura County, I'd like to introduce you to the United States Navy Petty Officer First Class Stephen Maman. Petty Officer First Class Maman was raised in Kaduna, Nigeria. As the Quality Assurance Petty Officer, he led 27 sailors and 6 civilians in the completion of 80 random inspections and 13 quality assurance audits for 13 work centers, and direct support for 1,015 safe flight hours, and achieved the 2019 Ashore Blue E Award for Supply Management Excellence. He volunteered nearly 45 hours of community service with Naval-based Ventura County Food Share Distribution, while developing esprit de corps with the military and his community. As the Component Control Section leading Petty Officer, his leadership propelled 11 military and civilian personnel to induct 897 components valued at $122 million into the repair cycle with 0 discrepancies. He managed the processing of 580 beyond capable of maintenance components for shipment across 8 repair facilities. This directly supported 2 squadron deployments and 4 detachments. He completed his bachelor's degree with specialization in management and is currently enrolled in National University Graduate School for a master's in healthcare administration. Petty Officer First Class Maman's hometown is Chesapeake, Virginia. California Resources Corporation thanks the United States Navy Petty Officer First Class Stephen Maman for his service and his community efforts that make him very deserving of this award. Thank you.
Good morning, this is LS1 Stephen Maman. I would like to thank my wife Linda, my son Joseph for their support, and also my chain of command for giving me this opportunity.
Good evening and happy Veterans Day. I am President Jess Ramirez, and on behalf of the Port of Hueneme, I am very proud to congratulate and recognize United States Navy Builder First Class Linda M. Milley, CB Combat Explanatory Warfare Specialist, Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 4. As detailed Chinea's leading petty officer, she meticulously managed and maintained administrative and operational files to include 137 informational and readiness items for 20 personnel and 21 recording reports. Petty Officer Milley was hand-selected as Naval Mobile Construction Battalion for Materials Liaison Officers, leading Petty Officer, and the right guide for 1st Platoon Headquarter Company for the 2019-20 home port. During deployment, she assisted Republic of Korea students with their learning of the English language and as well as sharing understanding of each other's culture while strengthening the ROC-US alliance. She also led efforts to clean up the local Chilean community by picking up trash and general maintenance of the Chinea Love Bridge, and also participated in the combined ROC and U.S. Women's Leadership Symposium, discussing mutual challenges and shared work, life and personal experiences to help develop the leadership capabilities of service women for both countries. During home port, she assisted with gym enhancement at Pacifica High School, served 200 breakfast plates at the local UFW, and also coordinated a group of 6 of her peers in a base cleanup. She also volunteered 8 hours of her time while participating in Navy Base Ventura County Port Hueneme Food Drive. Petty Officer Milley was selected as Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 4 for 2019 Senior Sailor of the Year. Her phenomenal work ethic has made a great and lasting contribution to its commanding operational readiness and overall effectiveness. Petty Officer Milley, exceptional professionalism, unrelenting perseverance, and loyal devotion to duty reflected credit upon her and are in keeping with the highest traditions of United States Naval Service.
Thank you very much for your kind words. I am overwhelmed with gratitude, and I must say I'm deeply honored and humbled for receiving this award. First of all, congratulations to all the other awardees who are also receiving this award. For for their outstanding achievements in service to our country and our community. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those who made this possible. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, the sponsors, and those behind the scenes even during this unprecedented time that we're confronted with. As I look back, I would not have accomplished many things in my life without the major support system that I'm forever grateful for. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to my mom and dad who instilled the concept of hard work and perseverance. They are the true definition of grit. I'm grateful and appreciative for my loving wife, Jackie, my most stalwart supporter who continues to push and challenge me to the distance. Your faith in me is what pushes me to an indefinite reach. This accomplishment is not something that was achieved alone, and there are many others who deserve to share this award. The Seabees who I've had the honor to serve alongside with at NMC before, my brothers and sisters welcomed me into the mess when I first came on board, and the Chief's Mess and the wardroom for their continuous guidance. I cannot name them all, but I could not fail to mention a few who believes in me. Lieutenant J.G. Sanders, BUC Veselik, and Master Chief Bailey, thank you all for your support, your mentorship, and your inspiration. Once again, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Chamber of Commerce for this award. This is a huge milestone, and even more important, that I get to share this with many other military recipients in the force. Thank you.